Hello everybody and welcome along to the next episode of the RNG My Team Career Mode on F122. So today sees the Canadian Grand Prix, a circuit I go very well at actually. I've still got a time on a time trial leaderboard that's about 100th in the world. So hopefully we can have a good result today, and hopefully we're going to have a couple of upgrades on the car. I've had a couple of races now without any upgrades. The RNG wheel just keeps buying expensive upgrades that keep failing. It's not going well, but hopefully we can have a couple of upgrades today. We were due 2 upgrades on the car. Unfortunately, one of them has already failed. One of them came ready during the last race weekend, and it failed. That was the major weight redistribution on the chassis. There is another one though, the Halo one, which is due, which will be a major rear downforce, which will absolutely take, and then we've got a minor weight reduction due for a future race as well. We'll get into that stuff in a moment. Right, what are we going to do? Probably one of these two, because these are 12 mil. Build time will be reduced by 40%. Simultaneous upgrades, honestly, we don't have enough points for that anyway. So let's do the build time upgrade. That's going to help. Here we go then, guys. Here's the wheel. Anything but save points, honestly. I would rather do the upgrades that have failed, maybe the weight redistribution, possibly tyre wear, just not the save points. Not the save points. And it's going to be weight redistribution, is it? It is. Okay. All right. That's the one that failed. That means it's guaranteed to go on the race at some point soon, which is not too bad. Let's get that on board. It's quite cheap as well, just 500 resource points. That will go on in time for Silverstone. Okay, would probably rather the rear downforce than saving the points, but it's going to be save points. Of course it is. So we're going to save the points for a future upgrade of some kind. Let's hope the wheel's nice to us for a future upgrade. Okay guys, the only thing now we're hoping is the Halo upgrade does succeed. Let's remind ourselves that is the major rear downforce upgrade. That could really help us in some of the traction zones around Canada. So keep our fingers crossed for some green for the Halo and not red. We may have rushed it, to be honest. I can't really remember. Keep our fingers crossed. Come on, green. Please give us green. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we have actually got an upgrade then for the first time in a couple of races. As you can see, our progress history has been flat. We had nothing at all in Baku, and we didn't have much in Monaco either. Good upgrade in Spain though, so let's hope we can keep that up. We're actually going to do the autocross. I quite like doing the autocross one, so we'll do that. Okay, where was that hidden one again? Was it off to the left in the next one? It's definitely off to the left. I know that for sure. Yeah, it is. There it is. That's a savage one. Should be right now, I think, as long as they don't make any big mistakes. I still think the F1 drivers should do some other driving on the race weekends. They used to do like car races and stuff on the race weekends. I still think they should. Yeah, just a little race similar to this, but all the F1 drivers take part. Beat it by over 10 seconds again. All the drivers take part. That'd be awesome. Right, let's see if that upgrade is going to help us move up the pack then. We need to try and be ahead of the guys. Have we moved forward? We have, but so have Alfa Romeo. So we do jump up. We're no longer the 9th fastest team. We're now the 7th fastest team. It's a bit better. We have closed in on Aston Martin, but they are still ahead of us. I think we try and beat Alpine today. We try and beat, obviously, the guys were around plus Alpine. There is a bit of a gap there in performance, but try and be sort of best to the rest. I think that's our probably best chance today, I reckon. But anyway, let's get on with it. Let's get a banquet then, guys. 7.5 decent, hopefully. All right, let's go. We don't want to disallow this lap. That's the most important part, really. Get a solid banquet that's actually a allowable lap. Take it. Turned in too early. Every corner's had some sort of mistake in it so far. Okay. Not bad so far. Missed out in the final turn. Bit cautious there. Definitely some time to be had. 192. No, 1099. We'll box this lap because I haven't got any ERS. I think it feels good. We might be able to get 4 runs in as well if we're quick in this session. So let's just get on with it a bit. Would love to find half a second here. Easy said and done for sure. Half a second would be great. At least 3/10 I want. Same line as my first lap. Not a good one. It's going a bit deeper there. We're still finding the 10th somehow. Slide over the curb, but it's okay. 2.5 tenths. That's not bad. I said 3/10. Still on. That was good. That was pretty good. 6/10. Not the best exit, but 6/10. That's more like it. Up to P8. Hello. Honestly, again, I'm happy with the setup. I don't want to mess with it if I feel good. 3/10 on this lap would be great, because then I can then push like hell on my last lap. Come on, let's see what we can find. Nah. I will do an in lap, a hot in lap. I'm not going to box this lap because that'd be too early. Ah, dude. Tried to adjust for it and just failed. Still up though. Okay, it's going to be one final run for us then, guys. Do you know what? With how much time we know is in that first sector, I'll be disappointed if we don't find some time here. Come on, guys. We need to find 2/10 here. Ideally more like 3, but at least 2. Right, come on, guys. Come on. At least 2/10. Bit deep there. Not ideal, but not bad either. Deep in there. Not been to give the lap I wanted, but we're still finding some time. Don't know how that was legal. We do find 2/10 in the end by absolutely sending it in the final turn. Back up to P9. Bit of a recovery job there. We know there's a 1/10.5 in the first sector at the very least. Okay, yeah, look, a 1/10.5 would have given us maybe all the way up to P5. We're still actually pretty much best the rest with them with the Alpines, which is what I hope for. It's hard to feel happy with that. Well, I know there's so much more time in it. There's so much more time in it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it needed a good lap. That was not a bad lap at the end there, but I think another 10th and I'd have been happy. Anyway, I should be, what was it, P8? Am I going to be 7th? I am 7th. So, now, unfortunately, we have to randomise the start tyre. I know exactly what tyre it's going to pick for me. Soft, medium, or hard. I don't think. Well, it's not going to be softs. Mediums would be quite nice, actually. Yeah, mediums. Okay. Probably the same as most of the AI, which could make it interesting, but mediums are alright. We'll take mediums. Right, mediums, and then it's suggesting, I don't suppose, it doesn't think we can do a one stop. 4 laps short, that's quite a long way short. I think mediums are hard is going to be our strategy. I just can't see us making that. I mean, if we think we can get to at least lap 23, maybe. We'll have to judge it throughout the race. But anyway, guys, let's crack on then. Right, now, my starts have certainly got better. They have most certainly got better. Hopefully we can maintain off the start, which is what we managed to do in 2-player career last night. That'll do, 0.2. Come on then, guys. P7 on the grid. Let's try and have a nice clean start here. Same strategy as everyone else, probably, unless we think we can go ages on the mediums. We'll see. Let's go lap 23, 24 on the mediums. If I'm going to go straight to softs, it's more likely to go to hards. Let's try and have a clean start, though. Not bad. My starts have definitely got better. Oh, I thought about going to be inside Perez there. He was having none of it. Oh my word, they slammed on the brakes there. Almost hit him. Fortunately, they're pretty good on the power. Give a bit of room for the dive bomber Mercedes. I stay ahead of him though, just about. Maintain my position. Can we stick up the inside of Perez here? They'll probably break early as they're bunched up. Does eventually give us some room. Up to P6. Not a bad start that. Oh, Perez lost 2 positions there. What happens to them when they do that, please? Do they just give far too much room? Let's have a look. They just slow down too much offline and try and stick with the cars ahead. We've got relatively low wings, not excessively. Oh, don't do that on lap 1, Alex. Come on. Yeah, not excessively low wings compared to the AI. Woo. In a bit hot there for sure. That's wide. Where am I off to? Where am I off to? You seem to have fairly similar pace to these guys, though. Which is encouraging. Oh, thought I was going to get another warning then. That was very close. Last minute adjustment saved me. I was a little bit on edge at the moment. That's my slightly lower wing choice, but it's helping me in the straights. We're still sticking with these guys. I'm using too much ERS. Can't get him yet at the moment. Probably going to be sat in the DRS train anyway. Might as well save the ERS for a little bit later on. We were a second off Norris that last lap. Norris is in a Ferrari, I believe, in this career mode. I think they might be quite quick for this next turn, are they? I'm pretty sure used ERS on that exit. Yeah, no problem. Look. Lucky he's not getting a warning there. The ERS on the exit now just gets back up to speed because that wasn't a great final turn. But there's a bit of field spread starting to kick in now. I assume Norris is the leader. He's away. I think my tyre wear is going to be better than these guys. Don't know if it will be or not, but fingers crossed for it. I think I probably would have lost some positions by now if I kept my wings as they were. Oh, so marginal. Again. Oh, that corner exit's sometimes savage when you're over that curb. Tell you what, I'm pushing these track limits close. I have to, though. I've only just about got the pace here to stick with these guys. See how the tyres play out, but it won't be massively different in terms of strategy. Now, Ocon's about to drop out of DRS range for Hamilton. Should be huge if he does. So let's push now. A bit of a skim with the wall there. They're just so good on the corner exits, man. When you go above 100, they start to have a weighted advantage over you. We're just falling away from Lewis Hamilton right now. Falling out of DRS range. Let's see if I can get him to turn 1. We can say turn 1. I think they burn the ERS down this straight. I don't think they do down the start-finish straight for whatever reason. Get a bit of a snap there as well. This could be it. Let's go to the outside though.
Great work. You're catching the car ahead by around 5/10 a lap.
All around the outside. Move done, but I don't think we're going to be able to get in Lewis Hamilton's DRS range. Not this lap at least. Still 1.7. 1.8 now. Yeah. A couple of stabs at that one to make sure I didn't get the warning. 1.6. We've gained a tiny bit. I'll use our whole deployment that lap. That doesn't happen very often. Might be able to get Ocon out of DRS range here. Problem is, a lot of our pace on that last lap came from deploying ERS, sorry, we haven't really got any now. I think if I could guarantee nailing my laps, then I'll be sorted, but gaining a tenth or two a lap's not going to be enough. Now Hamilton's going to start pulling away from us again. That's a shame. If we got Ocon a lap sooner, probably could have stuck with them. Again, don't want to get any warnings though. Not worth it. 0.3, well, it's like 2 tenths a lap, but to be fair, it's been without much ERS this last lap. Do get a second away now, but the detection point was a while ago. Can we do it? I think this next lap's going to be key. We haven't got any ERS to use really. Oh, pushing the track limits now. Trying to see if I can make something happen. Come on. Please. Okay, oh, Boschung's out. 0.1, not quite. Detection point's there. Another half a tenth and I was there. Okay, we're there now. Detection point's on the exit next turn, but he gets DRS on this straight. Please. We get DRS by a couple of hundredths. Can't relax yet though, because we haven't got any ERS and we're not close enough to him to guarantee getting it again. Close than we were though, this time last lap, so just keep it up. Keep DRS. Not any charge right now. We are edging closer again. We've closed in by about 2 tenths. We're still 2 tenths a lap quicker. DRS is making my life a lot easier. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. Okay, need to burn some ERS now to get back within DRS range. I just can't save any. I'm having to push so hard to stick with these guys, but so I should be. They're in quicker cars. And we're doing for tyres. Tell you what, we maybe could make the one-stop work. There'll be 65% worn in the box, but we could make it work potentially. They are very quick, and one minor mistake and that's it, but I had to save a bit of ERS now, which is basically a safety net. So if we do make a mistake, oh, a bit deep. If we do make a mistake, bigger mistake, we can recover it by using some ERS. When are they boxing? Probably quite soon, I'd imagine. Question is now, do I run long? Do I run long and go softs at the end? It's a bit of a risk, but if we get a late safety car, any result is possible, and I mean any result. We haven't really gained on him, but that's because we've been concentrating on charging ERS instead. Oh, how's that not a warning? Look at that. I must have got very lucky there, because I reckon what's happened is the game's registered that you only need one tyre on the line. Although I definitely cut that, I reckon one of my tyres is always over the line. I lost DRS. I just lost DRS. Hamilton must have been burning DRS down that middle straight. They didn't notice it to the end of the straight. Do they start boxing? They do. I was very tempted just to follow them in there, but decided against it last second. Now, do we box? Let's see if we get any traffic. That said, all the traffic's going to box, of course. No one's on hards. Hamilton's just really up the pace. This is the problem. I don't think I've got their raw pace. If we get a late safety car, I think it's possible. If we box for hards, nothing much is possible. We already have been undercut. Okay, I'm going to box this lap. I'm in the podium battle anyway. I mean, I'm only just in it, but I'm in it.
That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were
What is that? Why doesn't it ever release? We just lost so much time. Absolute joke. All that hard work. Look, we're now 2.2 back. We lost a second because it wouldn't release us. Why would it not release us? That has completely ruined our race. We're now just probably going to be alone the whole time. I don't think we've got the pace to catch Hamilton. 2.7 seconds. We were never that far away. We were 1.8 and we just managed to get back in DRS range. Things like that release light, as you said. I bet they don't even know that there's no release light, because none of the developers actually just play the game normally. They just test what they're working on. They don't actually play the release game, so they don't know these issues. I just have to guesstimate when they're going to release me, because as you said, there's no traffic lights. If I knew this, I'd have stayed out. I only boxed because I was thinking, okay, this is good. I'm in DRS range here. I'm in the podium battle. See what we can do. We've got a very similar pace to them, really. We're about 2 tenths a lap off, but with DRS would have given us that. Like I said, benefit of hindsight, I would have stayed out on the mediums. And it didn't even look like batting at all in that first stint, did they? For some reason, none of the AI can get side by side in this circuit. Applies to the cars behind as well. Ocon keeping Russell at bay. And the McLarens and the Red Bull. Wow, seriously? 0.1 a lap? Telling me we've only got 5 more laps till we're low on fuel. So we need to get that fuel loss down to half what it was. So we need to be over 0.35 by the end of this lap, really. Going to struggle. Well, that's a lot better than it was. I'm glad I noticed it this early. Okay, it is 0.35. If we can keep doing that, we're okay. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, when Ocon gets to me, I'm not going to fight him too hard. I'm going to let him pass, and I'm just going to sit in DRS range, saving fuel. Fortunately, it's another race that we need to be careful of fuel. It's a terrible strategy, because I don't think we'd be able to stick with Hamilton while lifting and coasting. We were on the limit to stick with him with having DRS, so I wouldn't mind him getting me in the middle sector. Can take a big lift and coast though, he's too close behind me. Again, we're about to drop behind Ocon and use DRS to try and save a bit more fuel. Okay, let him go here. Nice little gap between him and Russ as well. We can slot into. Now, it's a bit dodgy right now because he's got DRS and I haven't. Whoa! Big mistake. Big mistake. Did not need that. Need to stay ahead of George Russell here and stick within DRS range of Ocon. Nice net on the brakes. I stick with Ocon though. Need to forget about fuel saving for now. Don't want to let Ocon get away. Oh, what's going on? Definitely burnt too much fuel though. We need to save quite a lot more than we have been. V5 is our maximum today, that's for sure, with this fuel issue. Now, the reason you can theoretically save more fuel with DRS, obviously it's partly because you've got more lap times, you've got a bit more margin to be able to save. But also, in my opinion, the bigger factor is that you've got less drag, of course. When the rear wing's open, it's called drag reduction system. You've got less drag, which means when you lift the throttle, you don't decelerate quite so much. You don't lose quite so much. So effectively, for the same time loss, you can lift off earlier, which means you save more fuel for the exact same time loss. That's the bigger factor, in my opinion. I've actually gained fuel, well, relatively, obviously, on the right-hand side. Last lap or two. We've had DRS. Well, we've already had one warning, so we need 2 more to get a penalty, but 1 more and then I'm on the limit of getting a penalty. And interestingly, the AI in this game, the closer to them you are, the more mistakes they make. I guess it's a pressure system. But we know at full send, I'm glad we got that data because it's useful. At full send, no saving, we burn 0.1 per lap. 0.1 per lap, which is massive. So we can only do 2 laps at full push right now. Yeah, we're saving good fuel right now. I would like to save a bit more though, actually, so we can push for 3 laps. Again, the closer we get to Ocon, the easier that becomes. 10 seconds by the way to Hamilton now. Doing well, so I don't just jinx it. I'm doing well so far on track limits as well. I'm surprised I haven't had any more warnings. Very close to it a number of times. See how much he gained at this exit. 0.6 on the exit, but he was at the apex. He was less than half a second away. Yeah, he's still pulling away from me. Now I'm still finally gaining, but I was burning ERS there. It's mad. Okay, their tyres seem to be going off a bit quicker than mine. Mine are fine. Now looking pretty good to be able to make it to the end without too many issues. Again, I would love to save like a load more. Get up to like 0.3 or something so I can push for 3 laps at the end. While also trying to go quicker through the corners. Right, we should pretty much be able to go full send from here. I'll give it these last 2 DRS zones where I chill a bit more fuel saving, and then we'll go full send after that and hope for the best. Now we start attacking Ocon. He'll save ERS for the last lap, so I don't want to leave the overtake to the last lap. Not going to be easy to do that. No more fuel saving. Try and get him straight away, I reckon. Just try and pull away, just run away immediately. Whoa, my fault. I was very close to him as well. Completely my fault. That was just purely slight dip in concentration because I forgot that I was no longer fuel saving, so braked at my lift and coast spot, which was just way too deep, and that was close. Push really hard now. Get him on this next lap, it's important. I don't think I'll be able to get him on the last lap, he'll burn too much ERS. They're already quick enough in the straight. Oh, I've got George Russell actually, because ERS was no longer happening. No longer in the DRS train. Russell dropped out of it. And did the ERS. We want to try and get him to the hairpin if I can. Yeah, a bit of a wobble there, that's what we'd like to see. Should be easy now. Oh. Pretty aggressive defending there. What's that? Why has that popped up?
Nice move. Good job.
Don't think there's any issues with the car, but that did just pop up weirdly. Okay, we get DRS on him now. That's why I wanted to get him there, because now we can hopefully just run away with DRS. Try and not turn along, but he's loving the slipstream. Oh my god, as if he's still sticking with us with DRS. On to the final lap now, guys. Let's try and run away if we can. We should have enough fuel to make it to the end now. Oh, a bit of a snap there. Got away with it though, actually. It was quite a nice line in the end. He's 8/10 back. We're doing okay. Oh, he's only half a second away. This could be close. This could be very close.
Our gap to the car in front is 10.0.
A little bit deep. It's okay. They're so good on that exit, man. He's only half a second away. Luckily, we saved some ERS for this exact moment. Hopefully, he's burnt most of his. But he's got DRS. He's quick in a straight line. I think we're okay. We're just about okay. Just. Can he get us the run to the line? No, I don't think he can. We got the better exit. We didn't quite run out of fuel, but it said low fuel mode there at the very end. We judged that fuel to perfection there. The strategy came through well in the end. Dropping behind Ocon was a good shout, and to be fair, if we did end up staying out in the mediums to try and run a one-stop to softs, I don't think that would have worked because of the fuel. I think we'd have then been left on our own trying to fuel save, and we'd have just lost a second a lap. But as we were able to stick with Ocon there, DRS probably gave us half a second a lap, which allowed us to save a bit more. But we take that. P5's not bad. 107 AI, let's not forget as well. Not a low level of AI. Finished ahead of both Alpines, who are in theory ahead of me in the standings. So we take that. Fortunately, it was Ricardo that got driver of the day. He went 14th to 7th in his quick car. Albon only went 10th to 10th in McLaren. That's not great. But yeah, P5, it was disappointing to drop back out of the podium contention, but now we want to know now about the fuel. We never really could have done any more than that. That was it. We take that, guys. We take that. What's that done to the standings then? Have we closed? Yeah, we have closed in on Alpine slightly. 12 points back now from Alpine, but again, it's annoyingly, it's Red Bull and Mercedes we're trying to battle. And Red Bull got a P2 and a P9, and Mercedes got a P4 and a P8, so they've both outscored me today. As you can see, a few weeks to the next race, we've got a few upgrades due. Well, I'll do that quickly. It'll even save it. The team went with the head of the aerodynamics department. Okay, so that was a previous department event we had that said, do you want to go your way or your head of Aero's way? And I said head of Aero's way, and it said it went well. So I guess it could have gone the other way. It could have gone badly, and then morale could have gone down. But I gained 10% aerodynamic morale for that, so we absolutely take that. I think it ended up being quite lively in the end. I think without that fuel issue, to be fair, it would have been quite a lonely P5. Although it would not have been easy to keep Ocon behind, but that would have been the battle against myself to try and push hard enough to keep him behind. But turned out to be an okay race, not for the reasons I wanted though, but I'll remind you of the car performance if you missed it at the start. We are only the 7th, now the 8th apparently best car. We're actually no, the 9th best car. We've actually dropped 2 further positions, so clearly some other teams have had upgrades. So we need some upgrades for the Silverstone Grand Prix. Anyway guys, thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, bye bye.